What's up, YouTube? We've got a mini what sold video for you guys today. Um, so I didn't want to beat myself up about this, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Last week, I definitely sucked at listing. My, if you guys don't know, I work third shift at a hospital. I work 3 12s in a row, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So my sleep schedule is completely fucked up every day, even on my days off. But I'm not trying to make excuses, but that is my excuse for last week if I have to make one. Um, my big listing days are Thursday and Friday. Wednesday, my kids come over for visitation. So, yeah, Thursday and Friday, I should have been listing all day while my wife worked. She works 8 to 5. That would have been perfect, but my sleep cycle literally was like I stayed up most of the night and then got tired and crashed in that early morning hours. And then I literally would sleep until almost lunchtime. So both Thursday and Friday, I didn't even start listing until basically after lunch, like the afternoon. So there's only so much I could get done. I'm going to do a much better job this week. But here's the good news. Last week, I managed to list 21 pairs of shorts, and 3 of them sold on Saturday, which is amazing. So that just shows me that I am picking up the right items. That shows me that I'm listing things right. That shows me that my pricing is not too far off. Um, Now, my thrift stores, I can pay up to about $5 for a pair of shorts. And knowing that, because I don't track every single item, knowing that I could have paid $5 for these, I was really wanting to get $20 out of each pair of these. Now, these 3 pair I'm about to show you, none of these are vintage. Um, my vintage stuff I do charge more for. I've gotten burned in the past selling some vintage stuff pretty cheaply on Depop and eBay probably. And I just want to make sure that I get the most out of my vintage stuff because it's getting harder to find, and it's hard to find anything, not just a pair of shorts, but it's hard to find a piece of clothing that's 20, 30, 40 years old that is still in good enough condition to sell. Granted, some things can be distressed, but they still have to be in decent condition. So I'm going to tell you exactly what people paid for these. All 3 of these shorts went on an offer. I have offers for all of my items. I actually price things. I don't price things too much higher than what market or retail is, or the comps or whatever you guys want to say it. But I do try to have a little bit of wiggle room in there, not only for negotiations with the offers, but also because I do have an eBay store subscription now, if I do want to run a sale or a coupon, like I'm not digging in too much into my profits. So this first pair, and there'll be another learning lesson for everyone because I hear a lot of reselling YouTubers say, "Oh, I only pick up 30 through 38, or I only pick up 28 through 36." Big dogs want cool clothes too. You can't buy a size 46 inside of the American Eagle store. You have to order it online. At my biggest, I was a size 38 and I had a hard time finding cool clothes. So if it's a good item, the price is right, don't be afraid to pick up the bigger size items, whether it's a top, a bottom, whatever. First item sold, size 46 American Eagle cargo shorts. These are not vintage. They are really cool gray. It's hard to tell, but they're like a grayish, faded army green. It's hard to tell. Size 46. These sold for $20. I think I had them listed for $25, and 20 is good. I wanted to get things moving. I'm trying to accept any reasonable offers. Second pair of shorts. You're going to see a trend. Size 46. Now, I did do comps on these before I listed them to see if there would be a big price difference between other sizes. There wasn't really a price difference, but the stock was extremely low for this size. I think in these specific shorts, there was only like 5 or 6 listed and 5 or 6 sold. So that just tells you, as soon as I listed these, they're going to sell quick within 90 days. So here's another size 46. These are the khaki, like tan color. These sold for $22.50 on an offer. Again, these were listed at $25 and a couple bucks off. Cha-ching! All right, so this is a size 36. So this is a size that everyone would pick up, okay? This is in a really cool navy blue color. These are just American Eagle. That's my bread and butter. I pick up all the mall brands. There is a few that I'm more picky with because they're even cheaper. So I do not pick up a lot of Old Navy unless the style is really cool or it's a little bit older or something. I don't pick up a lot of Aeropostale unless it's really cool or older. So there are certain brands that I'm really picky about, but American Eagle, you rarely find this stuff like, okay, put it this way. This is kind of how I go by brands. So I went to the outlet mall and there's an Aeropostale store there. I went in there when I was a little bit younger, and granted, this is years ago, but I bought 2 pairs of Aeropostale cargo shorts with graphics and print and all kind of crazy stuff on them for $20 brand new. You can't do that with American Eagle. So that's why you can get $20 for a used pair. Same thing with Abercrombie, same thing with Hollister. Those brands are a little more expensive. So you got to be kind of careful. Old Navy, you can go in there and probably buy a pair of cargo shorts for $20. But I guarantee you can't at Hollister. So you got to kind of pick and choose. But yeah, I buy them all brands. So if it's got the embroidered eagle on it, you can charge a little more. Some of the cargo shorts have cool stuff on them, like down here. All right, so these sold for $21, and these are just a size 36. So everyone should be picking up 36s, right? So that just shows you proof. These sold yesterday, literally Saturday. So you can get $20 for a pair of American Eagle cargo shorts, all right? I am going to ship all these. Actually, right when I get off this video, I'm going to ship these. Even though I can't take them to the post office till Monday morning, I'm going to go ahead and print the labels today. So at least it shows shipped on eBay. I'm going to put these in a, what is this? This is a 12 by 15. This is the bag I'm going to use. This is a really good brand. I bought these off Amazon. It's a really good brand. The adhesive strip is really good. And these are like a matte finish. And I've never had any issues with these bags. They're very good. I've actually had a couple of compliments about the way I ship, which is kind of crazy because I don't do really anything special. So it makes me wonder what other people are doing out there. All right. I wrote a couple of notes at work last night. So at my work, I'm allowed to wear one earbud. And I basically listen to a lot of podcasts, and YouTube videos, and just I'm always doing research. I'm always watching the solds. I'm always listening to like reselling podcast. Keeping up on bolos, prices. You've got to constantly be doing research. All right, so I made some notes. I am promoting my eBay store at 3%. I'm going to put everything at 3%. When I list things, boom, 3%. So know that. Again, 3 sales on 21 items listed is crazy. I'm down to 18 items now. This week, I'm planning on listing. I'm not going to say a number because I don't want to disappoint myself again, but we're going to go crazy this week. So I'm going to be making some videos. I'm going to be showing you some more cool stuff that I'm listing. Another thing that I am for sure doing, and shout out again to Bellissimo over at Dead Threads NJ, which just stands for New Jersey. He's over in New Jersey. But he's been kind of, I don't want to say pushing me because he doesn't. He gives me great advice. But he has kind of been like, dude, when are you going to do the Whatnot show? When are you doing a Whatnot show? You got to get on Whatnot. And I already bought stuff from him on Whatnot. And I don't expect him to buy anything from me. Plus, we sell kind of different things. But anyways, I am going to do Whatnot. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do a show at least once a month. It's always going to be on a Friday during the day. Friday is the only day that my wife goes into the office and I have the whole apartment to myself, except for the cats. I'm going to play some music a little loud. Hopefully the neighbors don't care. We're going to break out the thing that the phone holder and light stand that I bought for Whatnot that I haven't even used yet. We're going to break that out. We're going to break it in. And we're going to sell some stuff. And what I'm doing is, as I'm pulling from my inventory, which is everywhere in my apartment, in totes and closets and stuff, as I'm pulling items to list for eBay, I'm going to set aside items that I may not be able to sell for $20 on eBay. I'm going to set aside items that maybe there's just too many little flaws or, something wrong with the item that maybe, I can't sell for as much on eBay, that maybe I can let go on Whatnot for a cheap starting price. So just to give you an idea, like it's not going to be junk. It's going to be name brand stuff. It's going to be cool stuff still, but maybe items that don't meet specific metrics that I use for eBay. I do try to get a $10 profit on each item. Not every item is going to do that. Some items are going to do more than that, obviously, but that is kind of like the number I have in my head. Let's see. Let me look at this real quick. So I scheduled 2 Whatnot shows for the last 2 weeks of this month. I believe it's August 21st and 28th, I think. Those 2 Fridays at 1 p.m., I'm going to do a Whatnot show. If you want to buy some stuff, go ahead and bookmark it, and it's going to be some cool stuff, great deals. I'm going to try to have a mix of items. I'm going to have it's going to be summery stuff. So I might have some shorts. I'm going to have some t-shirts. I'm going to have some button-ups. I even, don't tell nobody. I'm going to even put like a few pearl snaps in the Whatnot show. Don't tell nobody. Hey, pearl snaps are hot. All right. Let's see. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Basically, this week, after I get off my horrible job, I'm going to be listing like a madman on eBay. We are going to be listing more shorts this coming week. I want to try to be done with the shorts by the end of this week. So hopefully Friday evening, we're transitioning into listing. I want to start listing all the shirts that I have on hangers. And the reason why is if I can free up those hangers, that also means I have more room for stuff and I'm just going to be even more organized. Plus, and you resellers that keep your stuff in your house, you guys can probably attest to this too. My own clothes, I basically like, I don't even have room for my own clothes. The reselling stuff is like taking over my closet. It's taken all the hangers. So I want to get some of that shit back for like my own stuff. So I'm going to be listing all my hangered shirts, and that means collar, button up. I have some short sleeve stuff. I got some long sleeve stuff. I got some expensive Polo Ralph Lauren stuff, all kind of stuff. Lots of Y2K, some vintage, some streetwear, really cool pieces. As a matter of fact, I told you guys that I was going to show you some cool shit in every video. Let's go take a sneak peek at this one closet that has some hangered shirts. Okay, give me a second. Oh, can I switch this? I know I've tried before. I guess not. All right, well, I'm gonna take you over there. Hi, Mira. Hi. Are you watching the birds? All right, here is our hall closet. That's supposed to be for shoes and jackets, and I've taken it over. As you can see, there's 2 bins down there. We've got 2 bins of t-shirts right there. And this was all of our jackets, but now it's dwindled down to this. This is me and Julie's jackets. And then this is all reselling stuff. And there are some insane pieces in here. We've got an old South Pole. This is probably the craziest dragonfly shirt. Look at that with the biker. It's insanity. All right, sorry, I can't see. Orange County Choppers. Good tag. Is this another South Pole? Another South Pole. So just to give you guys some ideas, let's get into the pearl snaps. Levi's pearl snap. Arizona. One of these, that's a cool yoke. One of these Arizona's got some insane stuff. Look at that. Print on the back. So cool. This is Arizona, which they sell at pennies, but that's one of the coolest ones I've ever seen. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I don't want to give all the cool shit away in one video. Spread it out a little bit so they're not right on top of each other. All right. Hopefully you guys can see that stuff very good. I couldn't tell what I was even aiming the phone at because I couldn't get the thing to switch to the other side. All right, under 20 minutes. I'll see you guys later this week. Hopefully we can get to 100 listings by the end of the week. We'll see. Peace out, guys.